Okay, and we are live. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with another live stream coming to you today from the outskirts of Madrid. It's the 3rd of September, if I'm not mistaken, the first live stream that I have done in September. I don't think I did one on the 1st or the 2nd, so the first one for September. August is done and dusted. People getting back to their routines in places like Madrid and other big cities around the country. And today we're going to have a look at some news that has caught my attention in the press. We're also going to have a look at some comments that have been left on the video recently or on videos recently also. And then in the second half of today's video, we'll go into the chat section that I have here to my right, and we'll check out what's happening in that chat section. And if you've got anything to say today, anything to add to the conversation, the chat section is the place for you. Now, straight into the news. And the Washington Post, I think it is, has summed up the political situation in Spain fairly well with this opinion piece. And as we can read here, Spain is held hostage by a faction of breakaway regional extremists. Spaniards have so far escaped the scourge of European nationalism in this century, perhaps because they suffered so much from it in the last one. Spain's far-right Vox party, macho, flag-waving, migrant-bashing, climate change-denying and hostile to LGBTQ plus rights, abortion access and even government moves against gender violence, was widely expected to form part of a coalition government that would emerge from elections in July. Instead, voters turned off by the party's extremism defied pre-election polls, slashed Vox's representation in Spain's parliament by more than 35%, and cast a majority of ballots almost equally for the governing Liberal Party of Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez and the opposition Conservative Party. The resulting draw, with each party winning roughly one-third of the vote, reflects the broad mainstream consensus in a country whose economy, buttressed by tourism, has rebounded strongly from the pandemic. Unfortunately, it also yielded a stalemate in which nationalists of a different kind who would break up Spain by pursuing regional independence are playing the role of kingmakers. That's bad news for Madrid and good news for Moscow, which is actively trying to sow discord in Western countries. So there we go, the Washington Post summing up Spain's current political situation, being held hostage by a faction of breakaway regional extremists in Catalonia, the Basque Country, and also one party in Galicia. But as we know, the other day, these national parties, I think the PNV party in the Basque Country said that they want to change the constitution, make Spain a plurinational state, a nation of nations as they call it, and some big changes on the way. And that's what Pedro Sánchez is currently trying to negotiate, all of these demands that are coming from these independent or these regionalist parties that want to separate from Spain. Now, the second piece of news here about the Rubiales case, which has taken the world by storm, unfortunately, and it is that Spain is on trial over Rubiales between underlying machismo and an exemplary response from the public. If Spain were a company, its shares would have been falling for several days. The country's name has made headlines around the world associated with the words machismo, sexism, or toxic masculinity because of the kiss on the mouth that Luis Rubiales, president of the Spanish Royal Spanish Football Federation, gave to the player Jenny Hermoso after winning the Women's World Cup. The communication experts consulted agree that the gesture has dealt a blow to the reputation of the Spanish brand, but at the same time they argue that the social rejection by society and the process opened by the authorities to remove him from his post may be key to turning around this negative perception and instead transmitting that of a country that is inflexible with such behaviour. And yes, Spain has been in the spotlight, and as pointed out here, if Spain were a company, the stock market result would not be the best. But according to that article there also, Spanish people have got behind the Jenny Hermoso, the player Jenny Hermoso, I think, and standing up to this type of behaviour. Some of the words thrown there: machismo, sexism, toxic masculinity. People here in Spain fed up with that as well. But an exemplary response from the public, according to el país, but the country, some parts of the country, still torn on this issue. So we'll see if we get over it by the end of September. Another piece of news here, and it's bad news for lovers of olive oil in Spain, and thanks to Ed for sending this one through. Sales of olive oil in shops in Spain drop as the price continues to soar. The price of olive oil is showing no sign of dropping anytime soon as rainfall continues to be scarce across many parts of Spain, putting a strain on crops. Although this is a tree that loves high temperatures, this year's weather has been too extreme for them, resulting in one of the poorest harvests in the past 20 years and a shortage of produce. But Spain has continued to maintain its world champion status as an olive oil exporter, giving reason to why the price of olive oil has soared so much. The price per litre is close to or even more than €10. Some supermarkets have been forced to put security alarms on the bottles to act as a theft deterrent. The record prices are now making it difficult for many consumers at supermarkets. Many consumers and supermarkets are already beginning to notice a change in buying habits, and that's also where we're at when it comes to this very important product here in Spain, olive oil. And as we can see there, the price of even supermarket brand olive oil is around the €8 mark, and if you want to get a branded olive oil, around 10, 11, 12 euros. Expensive at the moment, and as pointed out by a viewer on the channel, I think last month or maybe the month before, supermarkets now resorting, as we also saw there, to putting security tags on olive oil because people are trying to steal those bottles because they're desperate to get their hands on that liquid gold, as they call it. And the final piece of news, the weather here in Spain, which turned yesterday, very rainy evening last night here in Madrid. The Dana leaves streets flooded, roads and highways cut off, and people trapped in cars and homes. The high-level isolated depression, or Dana, which since Saturday has put much of the country on alert due to the risk of torrential rains, has already caused flooding, rescues of people trapped in their homes or vehicles, the closure of roads, the suspension of train services, and the diversion of a flight. Toledo and Madrid are from Sunday on red alert for the heavy rains that could accumulate more than 120 litres of water per square metre, as warned Sunday by the State Meteorological Agency, which has also activated the orange alert in Andalusia, Castile and Leon, Catalonia and Valencia. And this is the warning that I got on my phone today at 2:25 p.m. Civil Protection Alert, Security and Emergency 112. Due to the extreme risk of storms in the community of Madrid today, we are in level 1 of the flood plan. Do not use your vehicle if not strictly necessary, and stay at home to receive further information. Call 112 in case of emergency. And what I will say is that although it did rain, we didn't get that 120, 120 litres of water per square metre. We didn't get that, but I think the warning is until until 11:59 tonight. So 11:59 this evening when that alert comes to an end. So we'll see if we get that remaining water. But as we saw, some parts of the country worse than others when it comes to this Dana. But I'm sure in the comment section there are plenty of people talking about the weather where they are today in Spain. Now, that's the end of the news. Into the comment section now I will go. The first one here from Tony, aka Craphead. Make fruit and vegetables affordable in the shops and supermarkets. That's why people are eating cheap crap fast food and are unhealthy. A no-brainer, really. Tony Cuenca. Yeah, thanks, Tony, for that. A no-brainer. Trying to get fruit and vegetables affordable. Here in Spain, they haven't come up with the formula to do that yet, and that's one of the reasons. And we saw in a video that I posted on Friday that there is talk about trying to get fruit and veg available on prescription for people that need it the most. People, obviously low-income earners, people living below the poverty line, people that can't afford this product, allow them to get it on prescription, which I think has been tried in some countries. I remember the UK was mentioned in that article, the States was mentioned, not sure if it's happening there or not, but it is an idea here that they are at least thinking about maybe putting fruit and veg on prescription for people that need it the most. Let me know if you think it's a good idea or not. Let me think. But according to Tony, it's a no-brainer. Just lower the prices. Easy, right? Easy peasy. lower the prices. Mogsy coming in, re the dog insurance. Our home policy is up for renewal and does include the insurance for dogs, third party, so not all have removed it from their policies. Now, this is what I don't understand, because some people are saying that, yes, it will be removed from their policies on the 28th of September. This person here is saying that no, it won't be the case. And I was told last week by a vet that it will be removed from home insurance policy. So I've got no idea what's going on. Less than 25 days now until this new law, 26 days until this new law comes in. And I'm still wondering what people will need to do. Can't get an exact answer. Some people are saying cats are included in this insurance. Some people are saying no. Somebody on the channel the other day said, stop leading people down the wrong path because cats are not included, but I believe that cats are included if they're cats that go outdoors. So if you live in a house like where I do and you see cats roaming the street because their owners allow them to roam the streets, then those cats apparently will need obligatory insurance, or at least that's what I read today. So still not sure exactly what's going on, but I'm sure, or at least I hope we find out what's going on in the next 2 or 3 weeks before this law changes and it becomes compulsory for everybody here in Spain that has a dog or a cat that ventures outside to have insurance. Another one here from Gabrielle. Hopefully people don't get rid of their dogs now because of the insurance. Yeah, I'm hoping that as well, that people won't get rid of their dogs because they have an extra expense. But that can't be guaranteed, because if you look at statistics, it is happening in other countries around the world because of rising costs when it comes to owning a pet, especially a dog. Veterinary costs, food costs, all of those costs that are involved with having a dog. Slap an compulsory, obligatory insurance on top of that, and it is an extra expense that some people might think that it's just not worth paying. And it could lead to them abandoning their dog. So hopefully it won't happen, but I think statistics in other countries have shown that maybe it will to some extent, but not sure how much. Another one here from Bill. You could say, Stuart, like the Duchess of Alba, Cayetana Fitzjames Stewart. She was infamous. Yeah, she was, but not many people know who she is nowadays because she passed away a few years ago, I think. Her son is now the Duke of Alba, a lower profile than the former Duchess of Alba. Anybody who's lived in Spain for a while will know this family, and no doubt will have seen this lady gracing the covers of some of the social magazines here in Spain back in the day. But her name was Fitzjames Stewart. But I don't think that would be a good one to use. So I'm still looking for references that I can use when people ask me my name, and I don't have to explain it. And when I call up a restaurant and leave try to book a table, ask for a reservation, I never use my name. I use my son's name, which is a lot easier, and people understand it here, but they don't understand my name. Another comment here from Ray. Self-government for areas that want this can work. Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, whilst not perfect, function quite well. Yeah, I'm not an expert on this topic when it comes to UK government rules and regulations, but I think the system that they have in Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, there's also something similar here in Spain with the autonomous communities, which, as we know, are in control of some of the most important things in society, like health and education, controlled at an autonomous level community. I'm not sure whether the system is exactly the same, but what the Basque Country wanted the other day, or at least the leader of the PNV wanted, as I said, was this plurinational status, and where countries are recognised as countries, not necessarily autonomous communities, inside the Spanish system. So it could be similar to what is happening already in the UK. But again, I'm not an expert on that. But thanks, Ray, for putting that one forward. Another comment here from Digital Composer. Hi, Stu. With people now eating less fruit and veg due to the cheap, readily available fast food outlets, giving it away free is a solution to introduce healthier food. Obesity is the new norm. Thanks for another interesting topic to debate on. Fast food outlets popping up like mushrooms around Spain, especially on the outskirts of the big cities. Where I live here, there's shopping centres popping up, and people, they go to these shopping centres to go to the cinema, have a walk around on a hot day because it's air conditioned, get warm on a winter's day because the heating is on. So they spend a lot of time in shopping centres, and of course, the fast food outlets are there trying to get them in to have lunch or dinner or whatever the meal may be. The McDonald's or the Burger Kings or here in Spain, the 100 Montaditos or the TGB burgers. Lots of fast food choices. And the solution here could be, unlike what we saw before, which is to make it cheaper, just give it away. Give fruit and vegetables to the people that need it the most. That could be a solution. But again, not sure. I've seen in Portugal that they lowered VAT, or they slashed VAT to 0% on certain food items, basic foodstuffs. So they didn't do that here, I don't think. I think one supermarket I've been told has slashed VAT, but I think in general it's around 4%, I think. So we'll see if that's a solution or not. Give it away. But fast food is on the rise, and there's a number of reasons for it. Obviously, it is cheaper. You see hamburger ads all the time where you get a burger, drink, some fries, and maybe even an ice cream thrown in, or the sundae thrown in for $4.95. And for a lot of people, that is a cheap option at a place like Burger King. Or as I said, the 100 Montaditos, which every Wednesday have €1 little Montaditos, which is like a little roll about this size. And you order 5 or 6 of those and away you go. So, but not sure if that's a realistic solution here. Give it away, or as we saw before, slash the price. Not sure. Let us know what you think in the chat or comment section. And the final one here from Bundy. You never hear much about the pedestrians that are terrorised by cyclists. It's always drivers getting blamed for anger levels, but I don't see it that way. I live in Sydney, Australia. So obviously pedestrians getting terrorised by cyclists down there. Or as somebody called them the other day, the Lycra warriors that get out in their Lycra outfits and are terrorising pedestrians on the roads. Not sure, or whether it is motorists that are terrorising cyclists. But in any case, there's a lot of aggression out there, whether you are a pedestrian walking around, whether you are on your cycle, on your bike cycling around, or whether you are driving around. Calm down. Don't get so aggro. Road rage is a problem. If you have a look at those videos on the internet, and it seems that in Australia, not necessarily Sydney, but just around the country, road rage incidents being caught on these dash cams, far too common. But anyway, road rage. Now, we're going to go into the chat section now. We're up to the 18-minute mark. Before I do that, I'll put the like icon on the screen. If you haven't hit it yet, please do so. Just below the video, you'll find the like button. Hit it if you like. Also, if you've got some info to send through, like Ed sent me through that olive oil article today. The email address is this one here, spainspeaks@gmail.com. Or if you've got a background picture like this one here that was sent through from John, who sent through one the other day also from Almeria, but this is a different one. This is an empty chiringuito or bar down there in Almeria, which because of the bad weather is not getting much clientele that evening at least. A lot of empty seats and tables in this beachside restaurant down there in Almeria. So if you've got a similar pic, anything related to Spain, send it through. That's the email address there, and it could end up on the backdrop, provided that it is the right characteristics, size-wise, quality-wise, all those things. So thanks, John, for sending this one through. Now into the chat section I go. Let me open it up here quickly. I'll scroll up to the top. Now, I've got a super chat here first. I'll get that out of the way from Pete. Thank you very much, Pete. Hola, amigo. Have to say that I see more signs in society pressure against sexual violence and for gender equality in Suisun than in the US. I'm not sure where that is, Suisun. But thanks, Pete, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated you supporting the channel. Thank you very much. Now, let's go up to the top. Mugger's the first one that I can see saying hello to everybody. Hello, Mugger. Hope you're well today down there in Alicante. Miguel's coming in from a sunny and warm Derbyshire, 25 degrees Celsius. So raining here in Spain, but 25 degrees in Derbyshire. So you wouldn't believe it, would you? You would not believe it. Hild coming in from Benissa. As for the severe weather, here in Benissa, we had a few hours of calm rain yesterday, and today no strong wind either. So that part of Spain not suffering too much from the Dana, the weather phenomenon known as the Dana. Erica also saying that her part of Spain, Terrassa, warmish there, lots of yellow warnings for heavy rains and not a drop. Also warnings for strong winds, same story. The weather has really changed in the Mediterranean area. There we go. Jan coming in from a sunny southeast London. So the temperature in some parts of England at least, the south, good. Whereas here in Spain, the majority, no. Stephen also coming in from the UK. Back in Manilva on the 21st of August, enjoying the sunshine. Here now till the 21st of October. Lovely. Sampled some special reserve 1906. Very nice. When's your next beer tasting session? IPA. Yeah, I'm not sure, Stephen, because I ended up drinking those IPAs, so I didn't get a video out on that topic, but I'll look into doing another one soon. Tony coming in, hoping all is well with you and family, with me and my family, from a warm and sunny Ashford in the UK, so warm there as well. Johnny saying hello to Shay, so I imagine Shay is in the chat. Here we go. Guadalajara, Mexico, counting down the weeks before back in Spain. So there we go. Shay on his way back, or on their way back to Spain. Joy coming in too from dry Galicia, although we were told loads of rains too. Even tomorrow looks like just a small possibility of rain. Plants don't understand. So no, not as much rain there either. Renan coming in from a cloudy LA. Mugger was like number 13. Mugger got in early on the likes. Janet also coming in, celebrating their 46th wedding anniversary today. Congratulations, Janet. That's a good innings there. 46, heading for the half century. So hopefully you'll get that in 4 years' time. Marianne coming in from San Diego, California. Presente, says Marianne. Stephen with the big beer in hand here. Glad he made the live stream and just hit the like icon. Thanks for that, Stephen, for hitting that like icon. Alan coming in from a very windy Iceland. I won't pronounce that word, but windy there. What else we got going on here? Victoria coming in from a cool and cloudy Algarve. Ed coming in, who sent me that article earlier today about the olive oil, coming in from Barcelona. No storms, no rain, no Dana, although windy and very nice temperatures of 29 degrees there today. Thanks, Ed, for that. Thanks for that. Bronny coming in from Wales, I think. Summer suddenly arrived in the UK. 3rd of September, summer has arrived. Feeling hot, 24 degrees and sunny blue skies currently. Yeah, sent the rain our way. Absolutely, absolutely. Johnny saying that politics in Spain are no different from the US government or the Trump movement. Interesting. What else? JMW coming in from the centre of Madrid. So much for the Dana. It was a bit of a washout here. The new alert gave us the biggest scare. That's it. The news alert on the phone was the biggest scare going off there with the alarm noise. People checking their phones, what's going on. And even the football game today that was scheduled for the Atletico Madrid, I think Seville, Atletico Madrid Seville game was postponed because of the weather outlook. So that was called off. I think they're probably regretting that now. But people seem to be preferring to err on the side of caution. Jen coming in here from Valencia. Windy and wet there. Hope you're all well with the regarding the Dana. I was working last night driving from Murcia to Valencia, and man, it was coming down. Alicante, for example, was like Venezia. There we go. That's right. So wet there in Valencia on that part of the Mediterranean. 123 Shawnaway coming in from County Waterford, Ireland, warm and sunny. Indian summer. So the Indian summer there, we haven't got our Indian summer yet. Probably around the 20th of September, I imagine. Or maybe even later this week, I'm not sure. I think the weather is getting back to some sunny temperatures later this week, I think. Johnny's saying that Rubiales' action represents the norm in Spain. Yeah, for a lot of people, that is the norm, that macho culture, and that's what people are angry with, basically. JMW bought olive oil extra virgin at €9 this morning. Was it a supermarket brand, JMW, or was it a recognised brand like a Cosur or a Ibarra? Let me know. Torrential rain and overnight thunderstorms in Seville last night. So, daughter reports. There we go. Pamela's in the chat as well. Miguel saying olive oil only for salads. Yes, a lot of people use it for more than salads here, especially my mother-in-law, who seems to go through olive oil like there's no tomorrow. What else? Joe, potatoes on ration in Lanzarote. It's not good news. Jay, I'm interested in moving to Spain. However, the political instability concerns me. Can anyone provide advice on which region to move to where it's more stable politically speaking? Yeah, probably anywhere where there's no independence movement, I would say, Jay. You get some stability. If you're living amongst people that don't want to live in Spain, it might get a bit hairy, as it has done in the past. It's calmed down a bit, but there were parts of Spain where they were putting bombs in cars for a long time, and recently burning all of the street furniture and things like that. So there can be some conflictive areas, but fortunately the rest of the country is fairly peaceful. So basically anywhere, as I said, that doesn't have an independence movement, probably you'd be okay. But that's just my opinion. What else we got going on? I'm sure you can even find places in those areas where it's fairly calm to live nowadays. It's just maybe in the big cities. I think Barcelona saw some of the worst of that extremism a couple of years ago, but maybe the rest of Catalonia is okay. But people here in Catalonia will be able to help you out with that. Jose Antonio coming in from Ciudad Real. That's a pretty peaceful part of the country, Ciudad Real, except it's pouring with rain there at the moment, apparently. But a peaceful part of the country, bang smack in the middle. John coming in from Ireland, saying wash hands. There we go, going back to the old washing hands, which I think for a lot of people is still part of the day-to-day, right? Sani back in the UK. Can't wait to go back to Valencia at half-term in October. Yeah, that's right. Another chance that you will get. Good night, saying that the popularity of right-wing extremists is due to the soft policy by the EP in Brussels. They are too divided to have an answer to the increasing numbers of people from the African continent. There we go. So anti-immigration from Good night. What else we got going on here? Janet coming in as well. We saw Janet before. Let me go up. The insurance business, according to Johnny, is a big business. They will insure any animal for the right price. Yeah, I've got a couple of quotes just out of curiosity for little Mia. And interesting. I'll share the prices in another video, but not cheap. Pete saying that the level of self-awareness that I see in Spain is a good sign. Women, all ages, especially younger, in my family there also are incredible models for strong women. There we go, Pete. Absolutely. Spain's in good shape, according to Pete. Cheers. Yeah, I don't see any issues. I think Spain's heading in a fairly good direction. I think so. What else we got going on? JMW saying, what's that comment in green by Pete? It looks like some kind of spam. No, it's a super chat option, JMW, that people have the chance to support the channel through super chats or super stickers. So it's not a spam. Not spam, no. What's my middle name? Name, says Miguel. Well, I don't want to give away too much, Miguel, but it's a Scottish name. So it starts with a C. So I can narrow it down. Scottish name that starts with a C, and I think there's a clan with the same name up there in Scotland. So that gives you a few clues. Eric's saying, according to the BOE, any pet should be insured. Iguana, parrot, beaver, or any other pet. I was told my extra home insurance would not cover my kitties as it would disappear. That's where the confusion is, right, Erica? We just don't know what's going on. Some people saying that they've been told by their insurance company that it will continue. Some people saying that it won't continue. Is it expensive, insurance in Spain? Well, if you just get the civil liability insurance, it's going to be around €50 a year. But if you throw in hospital insurance and things like that, vet insurance, then it can get around the €350 mark if you get those extras put on. So it's not cheap. What else? Janet just highlighting, showing what that was. It wasn't spam, so spam is fairly recognizable. Pretty recognizable is the spam. In Wales, the senator in charge of health, disaster, that has been education, transport, and quite a few other matters, but they don't have the powers to set tax rates. Yeah, there we go. So not sure, as I said, not sure if it's similar to what happens here, but of course, Scotland is known as a country. Wales, of course, is known as a country, whereas England, of course, known as a country, whereas here in Spain, Catalonia, autonomous community. Valencia, autonomous community. Andalusia, autonomous communities. They're not nations, but that's what they want. And as I said, those three historical parts of Spain, Galicia, the Basque Country, and Catalonia. They want to be known as nations. Alex saying that their dog would like to meet Mia. She looks so playful. Yeah, she is. She is quite a playful little dog. Quite happy with Mia. In fact, they're very happy. She's on the couch over here having a siesta. Ivo saying, blimey, if they bring in cat insurance, I have 9 house cats and there are 11 more Campo cats that I feed on a regular basis. Campo living is not always easy. Keep up the good work. Yeah, thanks, Ivo, for that. Yeah, if you had to insure all of those cats, that it would be a bit of a costly exercise. Absolutely. Everyone is aggressive, says Anthony, coming in from Melbourne. Belinda saying, vegan, baby. Vale, venga, vamos. Become vegan. There we go. Same pronunciation problem. I'm always called E-board. Because you've got the I and the V, which are, of course, E-board. E-board would be the one, because Spanish pronounce the V as a B. Which, I mean, we confuse that sometimes in English, right? V and B. But here in Spain, it's confused, well, just basically because V sounds like B. Okay, going through the roof are olive oil prices in the UK. Most likely everywhere around the world, I imagine. That's it. Joe coming in, joining after having been absent. Seeming the schedule hasn't aligned with the live chat. So cheers to seeing you and everyone again. Good to see you, Joe, in the chat back here again. Pauline coming in from Norfolk, 23 degrees Celsius there. VAT was introduced as a luxury tax. It's criminal that any basic food should be subject to VAT. Caviar, fine, tax it. But oil, bread, flour, veggies, etc., never. Yeah, that sounds like fairly good advice there. VAT, luxury tax, but no more. No more. Alan can't even imagine how they would butcher his name. Even English people can't manage it. There we go. There we go. Roland coming in from Minneapolis, 36 degrees there, hot. Time to get to Spain to cool down. Well, if you were here today, you would certainly be cool. NVN saying cheers. Thanks, NVN. Justino just bought some olive oil in Dubai. The Huck Oliva brand worked out €1 less than in Spain. It's travelled half the world to get here. Go figure. There we go. Less than €1 than in Spain? Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Welsh Toto's in the chat, coming in a bit late, but saying hello to everybody. Granados 6021, planning a trip to Spain soon, but I understand that. Apprehensive about it after listening to me. Don't be apprehensive. There's no problems going on. I just highlight some of the main stories that are coming out. But the country continues to move along. No problemo, as us kiddies say. Or as the Spanish would say, no hay problema. Margarita coming in from Colombia, I should say. Les saluda Margarita. Thank you, Margarita, for tuning in today. Taraz coming in also from a hot and sunny Aurora, Colorado, Metro Denver. Love the show. Thanks, Taraz, for tuning in. Andres coming in from a cloudy Pasadena, California. Plenty of US viewers today. Good to see people in the US tuning in. Obviously have a connection with Spain, whether it's through family or whether it's through traveling here in the past or plans to travel in the future. Good to see. High Flyer also coming in here. To be fair, the hour later, the restaurant was packed. Oh, so John, this is obviously John here who sent this photo through. So the restaurant did fill up. So the image, although it tells us a lot, not really a reflection of the reality. Even though I suppose the people that wouldn't be able to sit in those uncovered areas, and there seems to be a fair bit of rain falling down off the old toldo there. I Heart Cake, Heather from North Carolina in the US. The weather is nice and sunny. Thank you very much for tuning in. I think a first-time viewer. Hola, Stu. Very, very windy here in Javier, not far from Benissa. The sky is yellow. This morning, the rain this morning was very dirty. Loving the update as always. Chris and Gail. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Thank you very much for tuning in. Angela and John, regular viewers too, coming in from a windy Menorca. Good to see you guys also. Let's keep scrolling if I can. My mouse is stuck here. Here we go. La Almazara de Olivar from Dia. Yeah, that's the home brand, isn't it? That's right. What'd you say you paid for it? €9? Yeah. Sounds about right. Welsh saying that, I hate to say it, but Welsh politics is so bad, it's painful. So many Welsh expats like me can hardly believe it. Actually, we do expect that it's predictably bad. There we go. Other brands around 12 for olive oil. Yeah, that's when you get those, branded olive oils, quite expensive. Andres coming in. Similarities between the US and Spain politics, but not that much. One difference is Spain has many significant parties. But US and Spain are still healing from our civil wars, although the Spanish Civil War a lot more recently than the US one, though, right? It does take a long while to get over it. Alison coming in here too. Windy but not too rainy today in Orihuela Costa. Won't talk too soon, though. Sky unusually pink, maybe Sahara dust blowing over. Could be the old Sahara dust, which leaves a bit of a mess, right? Leaves a bit of a mess, that Sahara dust. Super chat from Dawn. Thank you very much, Dawn, for that. €5 there. Greatly appreciated, Dawn. Check out Dawn's travel channel as well. I think on Instagram, right, Dawn? You've got plenty of activity going on there on your Instagram, so check Dawn's out. Coming in from A Coruña. Been lucky with there with the weather last 2 days. I will head out after this live stream to find some delicious tambourina seafood, she hopes. There we go. I'm sure, as I said, there'll be some images on Instagram of Dawn's travel, so check those out. What else we got going on here? Let's have a look here quickly. What is that alarm app? Civil protection? There was no alarm app, Jen. It was just a message that came through on everyone's phone. Everyone's phone went off at the same time with this beeping noise. And of course, with that warning there telling us to stay at home. Don't go out. Stu Cameron. No, close, but no cigar with that one. Close, that's all I'll say. There's a C, there's an A, and it's a clan in Scotland. And maybe there's a whiskey named after it as well. What else we got going on here? Oh, and a famous soup. Famous soup. What else? Let's have a look. My missus got an alert warning on about the floods, and I didn't. Samsung and an iPhone. I don't think it's got anything to do with the type of phone, because we have different phones here, and everybody got the alert. So I'm not sure, but not sure what's going on from Madrid there. Tomato puree has doubled in price here in Australia. There we go. Not good for the bolognese makers with that tomato puree up. Flutter Girl coming in from sunny Toronto. So many people in the chat today. I'm taking a while to get through the chat today, but that's good. We've got 238 people watching and 135 likes, so we're doing quite well today, Flutter Girl. Madrid correspondent Dave reporting in from a cool and cloudy Barrio Salamanca in Madrid. Very heavy rainfall on and off last night and today. Heading to Ronda tomorrow for a couple of nights. Hopefully the weather improves down there, Dave. On the train down there, I think you mentioned that's how you were getting there. So good luck with the trip, and send us through some pics from the Parador in Ronda. Very nice Parador it is too, with some fantastic, spectacular views. John's taking a week off next week, and it's going to be bloody pouring. Might just hang about Malaga instead of going up the coast. There we go. So it might be raining all week in some parts of the country. Apparently, you have to turn on the settings. You have to turn the settings on your phone in notifications for emergency. That's probably why you didn't get them. That's exactly right. Ed asking the question, I wonder how many pet insurance companies will pay out when need be, or will they try to wangle out of it like the car companies? How will they try to do it? Going to be fun for sure. Yeah, we'll see what happens, Ed, but whenever there's insurance claims on the table, it's like getting blood from a stone sometimes, as we know. Simon coming in from Cadiz, ready for the Lanzarote ferry on Tuesday. Simon heading back to the Canaries to spend the winter months. Yeah, the second one is the correct one there, guys. You've spot on there. I probably gave it away with the soup brand, right? Warm and sunny in Cadiz today, says Simon. It's good weather down there. Fantastic. Andres coming in from Miramar, Florida. Sounds like a nice place, Miramar, Florida. Another super chat here from Andres. Thank you very much, Andres. $10. Have a nice beer. Have a beer or nice jerez on the cloudy, cool day in Rivas. Thank you very much, Andres, for that. Greatly appreciated. And to the other people that have supported the channel today, great. Thank you very much. Let's have a look here. Yep, that's the right. A little bit invasive, asking people's middle names. Yeah, I throw it out there. I've got no problem people knowing my middle name. Some people go by their middle names nowadays, don't they? Maybe I could change my name. There we go. Cullen, no. Yeah, well, a lot of people have got onto it. Pilar coming in. Very weird weather. Really windy, and red sky is stunning. There we go. And Jane saying Callum. No, it's already been worked out what it is. But thanks for the interest, guys. And Lucy coming in here. Our second heat wave here in Ottawa, 34 degrees and 39 tomorrow. So some hot weather there. And as I said here, the weather quite cool today, but I think it's getting up to some better weather later during the week, at least in this part of Spain. Now, I've come to the end of the chat, so thank you very much for participating in the chat section today. Thanks for watching. 43-minute mark. Can't complain about that. Time-wise, it's been an interesting live stream today. 153 likes. I can't complain about that either. Peggy, one more chat coming in here from a Kiwi or New Zealander living in Zaragoza. Gentle light rain interspersed with sun over this weekend. Yeah, I'm sure that is a fairly common around lots of parts of the country. A little bit of sun, a little bit of rain, heavy at times, and of course, depending on where you are. Thanks, Janet, for that. Now, I'll see you all again tomorrow if you tune in with another live stream. I will be back as I normally am on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays nowadays. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Everybody have a fantastic rest of the weekend, an end to the weekend, today being Sunday. And as I said, I'll be back again tomorrow at around the same time, around 7:30 p.m. So hopefully I'll see you then. Hasta luego, hasta entonces. Buenas noches. Adiós.